Hello dear Godot users and creators. If you are working on a 3D project, you might be using a lot of meshes or mesh instances to be more specific. In this case I have a simple cube scene, which is just a single mesh cube with a material on it which has a little texture on it. So let's have a look at this. We might have a lot of cubes in our scene, in this case for example, and the worst thing of all, which you might not immediately notice, is that we have a lot of draw calls as well. These draw calls are pretty bad because each draw call is a single message to the graphics card, which if we have loads of these, it can be very bad for our performance. So if we were to duplicate these a lot, like stack them on top of one another, we have loads more draw calls than before, and we can look at them right now, and right now we are getting like 700, sometimes 400 frames per second, and we have 143 draw calls. Well, that's awful, but also Godot has the option to use multi-mesh instances, which makes this a lot easier on the GPU. So let's have a look at this. We can enable the Optiscene plugin inside of the settings. It's a plugin I wrote, it's also open source and under the MIT license. And then we can, under Tools, summarize it to a mesh instance. We have 140 cubes, apparently, and we can check them to combine them, and we have already combined them. At the bottom right here, we have now duplicated, essentially, all of these cubes into one single object. And as you will see in a bit, once we delete the original cubes, that doesn't affect this copy. So we have this only copy, and now we are only having 4 draw calls sent to the GPU, which is a lot better for performance. The FPS might not reflect this right now, but if we had a lot more cubes, it has a lot of a bigger impact. As we can see right here, it also works with rotated cubes and scaled cubes. This is all getting respected perfectly. Let's have a look at a different thing. We might, for example, have normal cubes right here. So this line of cubes is normal cubes, but then we might have a collision cube. Let's have a look at that scene. This is a scene with a cube mesh, but also a static body and a collision shape inside of it, which makes it supposed to collide with the world. This also works with the tool, and we can use this right here. We can combine them to a multi-mesh instance, but also keep the collisions. Let's see how this looks once we delete the original objects. We still have the combined multi-mesh instance, but we also have this static body with these collision shapes, which are correctly rotated and scaled appropriately. Last on the list, we have the ability to combine multiple mesh instances in one single action. This can be very useful in case you have lots of different objects in lots of different child nodes. We actually might want to add another one just to show you what I mean. Let's call this one collision cubes collection, for example. And now let's add cubes with collision inside of this one. At the end, for example, we can just duplicate these and just throw them somewhere in here. So now we know that these ones at the end have collision inside of them. If we now try this summarization tool, we can see that it first gives us the normal cube, then the capsule, and then the torus, and then at the end the cube with the collisions. This one does not have collision, these 3 ones, but this last one does. It also gives us the name of the parent, because the collision cubes collection was the parent of the collision cubes, what I just said exactly. So we have the ability to combine all of these in one singular action without having to do this multiple times. And if we combine them right now, we can, as before shown, delete the original objects, and we end up with a lot fewer draw calls. In this case, 10 or 11 if you look at it the wrong angle. This is a lot better for the GPU. So this is essentially what we're working on. This torus shows that you can also scale these objects non-uniformly. This can become a problem when you have a collision object. So for example here, a collision cube, and you might have multiple of these so that you can combine them, but you might scale this one stretched so that it's not uniform. We can uniformly scale this, but if we, for example, squash this one, then we will see that this causes a slight problem. Still have this right here. We can scroll over to combine these with collisions. Can delete the original ones, and it still scales correctly on the visual side, but this collision shape is fine, this one and this one is too fine, but this one is not. It complains about a non-uniformly scaled collision shape, which might not function as expected. In most cases, as far as I can tell, these still work fine as they look right now, but they can cause problems. In case they do cause problems, in your case, you can reset the scale, and then we are back to this, but we can then make this unique, and then adjust the parameters to kind of look like it's fitting, so that then we don't get the error we had before. But then we have to be kind of specific about this, which can be a bit of a hassle to get this down. So in most cases you can leave this warning, it's not that important, but it might hurt in some limited cases. That's everything I have to show you. One last thing to keep in mind is that when you don't want an object to be combined, so let's have these 3 cubes, but let's say we want this last one not to be combined, we can add just a simple node, and then the system will realize that we only want to combine the top two in this case, and then we can combine them again, but it will leave, in the combination, it will leave out the last one because the last one has a node attached to it. It also skips nodes if they have a script attached to them, so that's also important to look out for, but that's the entirety of the program. If you want to contribute, that's fine, it's open source, it's another MIT license, that's great. You can use it, it's also on the asset library right now. Exactly, right now I think it's on the second page. It's called Optiscene. Currently it's still on an older version. It will be updated soon with some newer features I've showcased right now, for example the collision combinations, and that will be up soon, hopefully. I've already submitted it to the asset store, so let's see when that pops up.